very quickly respond with the Sand King. Alright, so those of you who are just starting to tune in, just popping in into the Beyond the Summit 2 channel, yep, this is the Chinese coverage here on line 2. For the TI9 closed qualifiers, I'm Hades, this is Danelie. So after this, we do have one more game, which will
10
be
seconds
IG
remaining.
versus Newbie. So, well, we shall see if,
5
that's
seconds remaining.
that leads into tiebreakers. Because after all, the bracket at the moment is IG, who are the first qualified team or guaranteed team in the playoffs. It feels like C-Deck,
Dire
Royal Never
team
Give Up,
ban.
and EHOME are mostly playing for seeding. But the tiebreaker is definitely between EHOME, Aster, and Newbie, as they're all 3-3-3.
Yeah, it's gonna be those last couple of games that really hits home for the majority of them. I hate seeing this like massive mid tiebreaker because it's that one game that's make it or break it, and you mess
10
that game up,
seconds
especially when it
remaining.
comes to best of ones. There's a lot of factors taken into
5
consideration for best of
seconds
ones. You're going to see
remaining.
pocket strats. You're going to see heroes that you don't typically see. You're also just sometimes you just have a really bad game, and if it's a best of one, there's no chance to come back. You've got to turn that game upside down.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
So, Sirius, maybe, they can turn their game upside down by denying one team, denying EHOME. I mean, after all, EHOME is one of the most established, most, I mean, it's one of the most senior brands for Dota 2 in China. So, being able to deny these players their shot at qualifying for TI is kind of bittersweet if you think about it.
Yeah. Also, Sean, we may have a problem on my side. You're going to be fine. I cannot reconnect to the draft.
Huh, try restarting Steam. It could always be that.
Yeah,
I
it
faced that
might be
several
that.
times.
Yeah, it's. I restarted Dota. It's not working, so
It's
we'll just
okay.
quickly try and
Maybe
do
we could have
this.
you here for mental support.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to watch the stream. I'll be 5 minutes behind.
No problem. I mean, that's the next level replay analysis. We can always make it happen. That's called adapting to the situation.
Yeah, I'll clip the really interesting bits. I'll send them to you, and you can re-show them on the stream.
Oh, that's an
Production value.
exactly. I think there was like this one streamer, HadesCasts, who actually was doing something like that. I'm not sure how, but it was pretty insane. Um,
Huh. Okay.
but Enigma, Sand King, AA, Wraith King. Hmm. So Wyvern, Leshrac, Londra, Tuskar, Sirius are just mostly lacking like a mid laner, I'm assuming. They
Yeah.
have this one player called Tian Ming, who was also from Keen Gaming. I mean, at this point, it
Dire
makes me
team
wonder
pick.
who from that old Keen Gaming is still left. They were like a super talented roster back then. I mean, the Keen Gaming I knew from a year ago at WESG. These guys were like all within the top 50 in China, all young players, but having to play under the eHome banner as the second squad, that must not have been very nice.
Nope.
10 seconds
20 seconds
remaining.
to go. Last pick for eHome. Do you actually think
5
eHome's draft is a
seconds
little bit
remaining.
slow to wind up? They've got some heroes that do need a significant amount of farm to really come online.
Radiant team
I
pick.
actually feel like they do amazing in the
Strong
mid game
spirit.
because you have Wraith King Enigma. Wraith King Enigma is a good opener. Like Wraith King
But what's
just
the follow up with the Enigma though? Because they're Wraithing mid game isn't the best when it comes to damage, right? It's not that instant burst that a lot of teams like to pick up, where they just 100 to 0 someone in a matter of seconds and consider a gank done.
10
Um,
seconds remaining.
they've got AA. AA is good for setting up for the team, but
5
aside from
seconds
that, is it
remaining.
mostly just the Storm Spirit that's going to be holding the tempo?
I think it's all about the rest of them pushing, being able to just run into Team Sirius's face, and then eHome can just jump the back lines and I mean, Storm Spirit can jump the back lines, try to kill like the slightly squishier heroes. But you see,
Are there squishy heroes on Sirius though? I feel like the only heroes you could really go onto is Wyvern, maybe Lashrak, and the Lone Druid himself if he's in range form.
Lone Druid isn't that squishy as you think anymore. So that's why I want to see something innovative. At least, oh my
Please
god.
select your
Meepo, is that
heroes.
innovative for you?
Definitely. I mean, Team Sirius, Meepo can come online super fast. Lone Druid just pushes. I actually feel like this
How
could
does
be
Meepo fare against the Storm matchup? This is a good Meepo matchup, is it?
uh only at the
Or do you think
beginning.
he'll have to be so at the beginning Meepo will be great, but then the Storm should catch up?
Actually, no, it's the other way around. Storm Spirit does okay against Meepo, but then you never know. It really depends, like the mid game, who scales better and stuff. Like right now, I actually feel like this regarding itemizations. Sylar should not go for like that Radiance build. I think you just pipe up HOTD whatever, just push. You just push and take towers super fast.
It could be the play. Oh, eHome. They better have a plan for this because how many times do you see a Meepo in your games?
Not
Probably
often.
0.0001, and that ends up being this game. And it's not just that, it's Lone Druid. If you actually think about it, Sirius have a lot of units that eHome needs to control. It's the individual Meepos, if you want to lock them down and kill them. It's the Lone Druid Bear. If you don't really have the lockdown for the bear, he can cause a lot of issues by getting the tangles and picking off supports. Oh man, this is some craziness right here.
But I'm excited, man. This is the first Meepo game I've actually I'm casting in this entire close qualifier. Alright, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Team Sirius versus EHOME.
Prepare for
Can
battle.
EHOME keep their hopes alive of making it to the playoffs? They need this win bad, like really bad.
Not just that, they need the win, and then they also need to kind of wish not so nice things about their other teams. They gotta hope that they don't get the wins. I
And
wonder if it's possible though. I gotta take a look at the matchups to see who's playing against who. If they're playing up against someone like CDEC, that's a tough one because not only is that going to be a strong team, but if, for example, let's say if CDEC win, it doesn't really change the scoreboard at all.
oh, I'm just like looking at the talk between the players. It's like a bit of encouragement. Obviously, you know, because
30
all the pro
seconds
players,
to
they know
battle.
each other already, and Sirius, I think they just kind of, some of them probably a bit disheartened at this point, and they're like, we've tried our best in this close qualifier. You know, you're like what, 1-5.
Sometimes you just gotta try.
Sometimes, you know, sometimes it's just not meant to be. Alright, so
You gotta be
Faith Pian.
positive.
Yeah, we're gonna
battle
try. We're gonna
begins.
try. Looks like Faith Pian's gonna be chased away from that rune. And actually it's gonna be Team Sirius which gets 3 bounty runes. So that's a good start. It's a pretty positive start.
Surprised EHOME didn't really contest the runes. I was kind of expecting them to try and go in at level 1. I actually think EHOME's level 1 is not that bad. It's not impressive, but I think they could have taken Sirius for at least another rune.
I think they're just focusing on like this. Obviously, you know, because you're an Enigma, you can't really contest the runes. You want to get that level 1 demonic conversion. So you basically get the creep wave in your favor, sort of. So that's 2 range creeps already denied in the bottom lane, which means that, you know, if you're the whoever's in that bottom lane, not exactly doing too well. Never end. He's gonna be confident enough to walk up a bit. Just chill. But in
It's gonna be
July, off lane the
not
Shrek.
so fun. Offlane Leshrac.
Yeah, so they actually left Sylar in the top lane alone to face off against the Sand King. If they give him a sentry, he should be pretty confident in like laning alone.
There's a lot of potential in that tri lane for Sirius too. They've got plenty of lockdown. They also have these slows from Wyvern, and when she levels up Splinter Blast can also be quite a devastating spell if EHOME do get caught out. And if it's AA is very squishy. Very lucky that the Split Earth didn't connect.
I'm just gonna say right now, I want EHOME to win this game because I actually want to see 430 at TI. Can you imagine this is the year where all the classics come back? You've got Alliance Navi, the return of Ferrari 430. You couldn't have asked this better script, you know.
It's a good like idea. Maybe the whole idea of the old players being successful, maybe not so much.
Sometimes you need a bit of old school, you know.
Do we need some old school? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Pity we couldn't have seen like Dendi make it to TI. But hey,
It's-
Navi Alliance, I'll take it. That's the finals right there. You called it first.
I called. Excuse me, I didn't call anything. That was all on you.
Yeah, no, I'm calling it first, man. Like Navi, TI, and
Okay.
Alliance TI Grand Finals, and
Okay,
everyone will be.
2024. All right, it's gonna happen 2024.
Not 2024. I'm talking about this year, man. This year's Grand Finals. That's it.
No, probably 2024. That's when the orgs will come back. 2024.
I mean, assuming Dota's still alive, we shall have to see.
We shall see.
But Enigma, Coming from behind in the middle lane, ASD, Sirius about to go down on that Meepo as they give him the VIP treatment from behind.
Maybe Meepo down too. That's gonna slow down the laning stage for Meepo, and this is Storm Spirit. If you can pressure your lane opponent, especially someone like Meepo, if your Storm gets level 6, I have a feeling he has solo kill potential on that Meepo. If he plays his cards right, just doesn't go too overly aggressive, but looks for that opening where you go for that little weaker Meepo, especially if Meepo's jungling. That's something to take note when you're going up against a Meepo. If the supports can ward up the jungle and you can spot out which camps he's farming at, once you hit that level 6, maybe just try and go for a hit and run.
Yeah, so that's why you see they went for these dual pressure like push lineups on the side lane so that you could at least pressure towers. Meepo has the entire jungle to himself, and they are aiming to take at least a lane of frags by like 20-minute mark. Like they want to do this very fast. Like Meepo comes online so fast, Storm Spirit may not have enough mana to like deal with it. So he needs to have a good game where they can like try to get these counter kills in the side lanes at least.
Yep. There's a tusk behind Meepo as well, so if they try to jump onto ASD, they shouldn't be able to grab that kill at all.
I think he's gonna stack a bit, you know, help him out. See if you get. Yeah, I think he gets the double stack. Did he miss it?
Both.
I think he. Oh no, he missed.
Oh,
the
he missed the. He missed
medium
it.
camp. Mr. Sirius happily farming away.
Any camp is worth a camp, I suppose, especially if you're playing that Meepo. So knowing that there's a Meepo on the other side, what is going to have to be that plan for EHOME? Are they just going to do the usual, which is farm up that Radiance on the Wraith King? Are they just going to try and apply their own pressure with this push? Or maybe they try and change up their build a little bit and go for something a little more aggressive, such as a Blink Dagger Rush on the Sand King?
Nah, I don't think you even need the Blink Dagger this game, to be honest. I think you just run into their faces. Wraith King, he is still gonna go into that Radiance build. He has the Phase Boots, Midas queued up. You only do that if you ever want to get the Radiance. I don't think you want to get other items, unless he gets the like the Midas, and then something else pops up. But oh, nice shard block. And you Y Innocence will end up dead.
That is not a kill you want to give away. Sure, it's just an ancient apparition, but in a tri-lane, don't want to be feeding into Sirius, especially with the amount of push potential these guys have. And this will leave Neverend exposed by himself, but as long as he just plays safely, he shouldn't really be dying. I'm quite surprised AA decided to play so aggressively with his positioning. He was super far forward, and especially when you're going up against a Tusk, if you go in these small enclosed areas, there's just so many opportunities to get ice shards off. Found him again.
Gonna be bumping, and I think AA is probably dead. Hold on, they missed the stun, but they're gonna run him down with the Diabolic Edict, and alright. Well, good day, sir, and he's also dead. Looks like this is the carry paying for his support sins, but go to make the rotation work. July's dead, Firefly to follow, and Team Sirius helping EHOME out, giving them a slight push in the laning phase.
Yeah, if they didn't, they probably would have lost Neverend there. You don't want to be losing your offlane Wraith King if he's rushing the Midas as well. So, great response from EHOME. They alleviate some of the pressure in the bottom lane, and look at that, the bottom lane is empty. Everyone's had to go back to heal up at a fountain, or just go back and rotate into other lanes. But this does open up mid lane for Meepo. That is the only thing that they're probably going to be worried about, is that ASD got some free farm when 430 left lane, although AA's here.
Vortex, he's gonna be frozen. Actually, they're bringing the other Meepo in, and it doesn't make a difference. He's definitely did one more right click on the uphill miss. Can he get the next one? He balls for lightnings forward, and 430 gets a nice kill onto ASD.
Two birds with one stone, rotate down bottom, grab some kills, stop a gank, and also grab that Meepo mid. So 430, he's doing what he needs to do. He will be the main tempo controller for now, as Sand King actually gets taken down up top.
Leshrac is such a good counter. Yeah. It's such a good counter to Sand King, especially since like even if you sandstorm away, as long as you're not like there are no trees for you to hide into and stuff, you can just basically just run people down.
There's a push time now. Silo with his bear and a Leshrac. Oh dear. When this stops, if this glyph goes down, heaven forbid we see this tower HP just going down. There we go. Okay, AA sitting in the tree lines. Is there going to be a response from EHOME? Looks like AA is just going to stick around. Doesn't want to show himself. Maybe they were thinking of defending, then they just realized don't do it.
If he shows himself, he's
Forfeit.
dead. He has a TP, so I think he's just trying to leech onto whatever EXP he can. After
Maybe he
all,
was waiting for
Sankey's coming.
Faithbian as well to come back. Maybe they could have gotten something with Faithbian.
It's a level 2 stun and level 3 sandstorm. I'm not sure they have enough, but they can try. Vortex come in with a stun. Wow, oh my god, look at that damage. The magic amplification. I was wrong, they have more than enough damage. Magic wand's
They'd
not
love
gonna
to
help.
kill Leshrac. Ooh, Winter Wyvern going
they
down
lose another
as well
support.
down bottom. Well, didn't think it was gonna go this well for EHOME, but they're doing very well with these jumps. I thought AA wasn't gonna be able to do anything, but their coordination is on point with these rotations. They're grabbing kills. They're preventing the supports from being able to just have free roam here for Sirius. They are making them feel a little less confident, and now they're gonna try onto Silo. Can they? No, I don't think so. We're gonna leave him for now.
Maybe if they had Epicenter, they could consider it, but I think they're just waiting for level 7 on Sanking, see what skill point he decides to go up into. Meanwhile, 430 is still trying to farm up that Kaya. He's decently farmed. He's second on the net with chart at the moment. Just getting a casual stack. But this Meepo, man, he's actually rushing for the E-Blade, and I'm not sure how I feel about that.
You know what? I think it's fine. The E-Blade build, I've seen it a couple times, and sometimes it can be very hit and miss. But if you can snowball with the E-Blade build, Meepo just takes absolute control of the game. Wherever he goes, just goes for E-Blade combo, can't do anything. If you look at EHOME, Enigma, very vulnerable to the E-Blade combo. Also, the Ancient Apparition, very vulnerable. If Storm Spirit has no mana, he is going to explode as well to that Meepo, because Meepo Earthbind is... it's a pretty good spell.
Under attack.
Right, so... But is this an acceptable pace? Because right now,
they want to play it
Storm Spirit-
fast, it seems, right?
Uh-huh.
Like they want to take towers, they want to push, they want to make sure that EHOME
Fight
don't
for the
have
10-minute
control to go for
turn.
pickoffs.
Ooh, never end. Dead here, he didn't have the ultimate. Could choose to decide to run the Ancient Apparition down. Midnight Pulse comes out, zips all the way in. 430 claims that one kill. And that's pretty easy. Look, he's getting the kills, racking them up. 3-0 and 2 at the moment on this Storm Spirit.
I wonder what the build is. So we're going for Kaya. Do you think it's going to be the Orchid early for 430, or will he just go for
I think Kaya
the
first.
Eagles Bloodstone? He'll go Kaya first, but after Kaya.
Kaya Orchid is gonna be so... Yeah, I think it's very useful,
Kaya
especially
Orchid?
against Meepo. Oh, ASD stealing that Inviscera away from Ancient Apparition. Sandstorm just trying to farm up. Looks like after he actually went with the Veil boots. He's going for the Blink Dagger next.
So we saw the beauty of this Veil in our previous game. It was with AA as well. Does it have the same value as this game though? Wraith King won't really be able to benefit from this outside of Wraithfire Blast and the Radiance when it comes up. Storm is fine. Storm does a lot of magical damage, but Enigma doesn't do quite as much. It's not the same bursty lineup like we saw in that last matchup.
Ooh, bottom lane, Injuly getting a kill. It's not the same, but I think it just helps to boost up 2 heroes, which is more than enough. And of course the Sand King's own spells.
I have to check out if this pays off later on. Looks like Sand King by himself in lane. Faithbian.
Snowball in, looking for the spells. They pop the dust, but ow! Faithbian finds one. The mech keeping Faithbian alive. Oh my god, the sustain is insane. Get away from the Midnight Pulse and EHOME. Oh, janitor duty.
I can't believe it. They just didn't have the damage to kill off that Sand King. The mech, as you said, that one kept him alive.
Oh,
and the Veil? Dude, the Veil made the Sandstorm hit so ridiculously hard. Did you see how quickly the Leshrac was melting? And even the Winter Wyvern, their health was just...
I did. And at the moment, I actually want to point out that Sylar on this lone druid, he went for the Mask of Madness build, which means he has pretty nice sustain on this bear and high chance of root. Looking for an Ice Blast.
It
Alright.
gets it, but the push is still going. They have TP'd in the Ancient Apparition in here though, so Y will have to do his best to try and push this bear back.
Sirius is about 300 gold off from his EV. It's only 12 minutes in.
I want to see the impact of that E-Blade. Is it going to be worth it? Because it's a big investment to go for E-Blade first. It doesn't really add to too much survivability for the Meepo. He can still get bursted down with all this reduced, with this amplified magical damage on EHOME. What makes this the item that he has to pick up? I wonder if he just decided, oh, I just feel like I want to try E-Blade Meepo today.
I think he just wants to nuke people down, because if he can capitalize on just nuking down, say, the Enigma, the Sand King, the AA, and of course the Storm doesn't have mana, he can just destroy the Storm Spirit so quickly. But anyways, smoke gank up from EHOME. The scan's already been used, so they know that there's a potential gank coming in. They might try to set up
Tusk.
Sirius. Snowball maybe? Yep. Who will he be trying to snowball to? The Ancient Apparition, but that's one dead Tuskar anyways. Force punch into the end. Nice sharp block. Oh, but dies to the cold feet.
Ooh, Siler. Scouting things out with the bear. Looked like he was evaluating to see if maybe they could have gone in to try and grab a kill on the retreat, but just Siler by himself. Don't necessarily have any real potential to kill with the bear, I guess, with the Mask of Madness. If you're in a team fight, Mask of Madness on the bear, you're gonna lose a lot of health, especially when they starts taking that magical damage.
Well, Sylar, Midas, he's actually very fun. I'm surprised at how well he's keeping up with the Meepo. Kinda.
Oh, it's a Sylar signature hero.
It
He
is.
knows how to play Lane Druid.
Since the LGD days. Alright, so Storm Spirit's actually going for BKB next.
I'm getting a second weakness.
Interesting, that's very defensive for a Storm Spirit. So BKB second pick. Is he just scared of maybe getting hit by the Meepo Earthbind or the Savage Roll?
I think it's both, because there's a lot of way to lock the Storm Spirit down.
Oh,
Zipping all the way in.
baited out the roll.
I think they want to try and fight. They still have Black Hole. They're going to be fighting for the 15-minute rune. Power Strike comes in. Getting the stun. 430. Does he want to jump back in? He needs to get the Ice Blast out. Does it land to anybody? Nice back going to be popped. You're going to try to dump the back line in July. Alright, so 430 using that regen rune to his maximum potential. They do get 2 kills. And there's a Black Hole. It's only going to be onto 1. And that'll be the Meepo, but that's more than enough. And they actually get the Meepo, so 430. And the Sand King didn't even die. Firefly about to go down here. It's a double kill for 430. 4 heroes dead in EHOME. They walk away completely victorious, 100%. And never ends too happily. Farming a Sylar will, be farming away in the middle lane. Try to get that Radiance.
And while that fight was happening, Meepo even had the E-Blade, so I think that was just their one attempt to say, alright, I got my E-Blade, let's try and grab these kills. It backfired really badly though. I'm quite surprised they still committed because they saw the Storm Spirit. They should have known that there would have been reinforcements because they were also fighting right next to the Dire Shrine. So the TPs would have been able to come through for reinforcements, but for Sirius to make that play...
First strike. Oh my god.
Wow. Goodbye.
This guy is no chill, man.
I mean, he's not chill, he's dead. So...
He got chilled alright. AA, Ice Blast, that combo. That was the debut of the Sand King Blink Dagger, I believe. He's going his way towards the pipe now, which is going to help so much against the Meepo. Meepo needs to be getting these solo pickups within the next minute, otherwise things are going to be a disaster. But it looks like he wants to go for the Blink Dagger first. Meepo, after all, does shine in getting these pickoffs. And snowballing real fast. That's what Meepo is meant to do. 200 gold off. Doesn't really have to rush, but...
Yeah, he's really good at solo pickoffs, but looking at how the fights have been happening, EHOME have been getting group ups and team fighting as a team. And you don't really want that if you're a Meepo because there's going to be a lot of AoE spread damage, spreading out to all of your Meepos. A lot of people think that AoE is a solution to Meepo. It's just that, just killing that one Meepo. You lock that one Meepo down and then that's it. You can't do anything about it.
Indeed, that's why the common misconception that people have is oh, Meepo, pick Earthshaker, pick these AoE heroes. They don't realize that if you quickly nuke one Meepo down, all the Meepos die with him. It's not a different separate heroes, it's one hero.
Yeah, like I would say instead of AoE, you pick up something such as a Grimstroke. You know, if you can get that tether off onto one Neepo and someone else, that's enough because you still get to hit two birds with one stone, but they're two separate heroes, not multiple Neepos.
Indeed. And actually, one thing I wanted to point out is that I'm surprised I didn't think about this because, you know, they first picked the Winter Wyvern, and I guess EHOME should have
Radiant are scanning.
kind of anticipated this.
You mean the Meepo pickup?
Yeah, the Meepo pickup.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure. I guess maybe they just completely forgot Meepo was a thing.
Oh,
lot
that's
of
a
us do.
beautiful Winter's Curse onto 4 heroes, but where's the follow-up? Try for the Tusker, but here comes the Blink in now, and poof, 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 can they kill the Meepo? But Faithbian and that Sandstorm just destroys, and that's 3 for 1. Going for the epicenter plane now, and there comes the Blink in, and Firefly, wow, he saw that coming. Okay. Triple kill for Faithbian, but still. That's Splinter Blast.
While that's all happening, though, we've got Sylar pushing in that bottom lane. If someone's not gonna TP, they're just gonna go for a one-on-one trade.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
No TPs?
Dire's
Yeah, TP
structure
comes in now
Better.
from the Wraith King. It's an Arcane Rune as well, so, you know, he has the stuns. Could use another.
He's committing.
Yeah, Sylar's like, I don't care, you know, I've got a
Dire's
bear.
bottom tower has
No
fallen.
deny either. Poor
Radiant's
Never
middle
End.
tower is
TP
under
didn't
attack.
protect the tower, and the tower still goes down. What kind of king lets his kingdom fall?
The one that is made in China.
What?
Oh, it's like part of the Art of War. Don't get me wrong, I'm not being racist here, man.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just. Yeah, I didn't say it's okay. I'm just gonna stop.
The tactical feed. There are like so many instances where, you know, before like you talk about the Trojan horse, deploy of the empty city in the Art of War. I love that stuff. Chinese history is always interesting regarding the way like strategic war. I guess Game of Thrones could have taken a few like tips from them.
Who knows? Maybe the next Game of Thrones could be based in Asia.
That's the dream, isn't it?
I don't know if it's the dream. Do you think it'd be? I mean, we'll have different elements of things to make the series interesting, I suppose. Western history and Asian history is a lot different.
Alright, so 20 minutes in and 22 to 7.
Blade?
Wow, ASD does finds himself an ice cream. It's quite a hot day. I mean, it is summer in Shanghai right now.
Yeah, it's wait, what are they called? Snow cones. There we go. Snow cones are delicious.
Well, unless they're like Korean food, you can call like bingsu.
Oh, bingsu's bingsu's even better though.
It's so overly priced in Singapore though. Like they charge it for like 4 times the price here.
Wait, how much is it for bingsu?
Like
In
20
Singapore.
$20, which is like 60 ringgit.
Because I know there's a place I normally go to. Yeah, they charge about 15 to 20 ringgit. But it'll be a lot cheaper for you though. But it's delicious.
It is. Sorry chat, we know that we've kind of derived a bit from Dota.
Yeah, well, we might have to go back into Dota because we're looking at a really big gank train here for Sirius moving
Yep,
into middle.
Faithbian about to walk into the trap, and they get the stuns, the Warrior's Punch, and 3-man Burst Strike. Alright, that's a nice Winter's Curse, but only into 1, keeping him alive just for now. But EHOME 430 trying to kill Sylar here, and of course there goes the Lone Druid. And EHOME looking for a bit more, 2 heroes really dead, zipping over into the pit. They find him, and actually down goes Tuskar 430 with the double damage rune. And is this an open invitation to do Roshan? I think it is.
This might just be an open invitation for EHOME to maybe make it through to the playoffs tomorrow. Game's looking really good. 4K network lead. They're taking Roshan as well. 20 minutes in. They're up against an E-Blade Neepo, which, regretfully, I have to say he's done pretty much nothing with his E-Blade. I think he's only gotten a couple of small kills, but minus that, he spent most of his time farming in the jungle, which, if you pick up something like an E-Blade, you would have suspected the Meepo to at least put it to use and try and grab some small kills on the supports, maybe even use it on his teammates to try and keep his teammates alive.
I mean, isn't that why? I mean, I actually like the point you brought up, because then it goes back to this thing like people thinking, you know, they always compare like, oh, I have higher KDA, but you know, it's not about how many kills you have, but which kills you have. It's all about finding the right kills at the right timing. That's all that matters in Dota, because you know, objectives is everything. You need to take the towers.
Yeah. And like going back onto the Meepo, you think about the E-Blade pickup. What does the E-Blade achieve for the team? Do they get any extra towers? Are they getting any map control with this? It's a very expensive item, and you're dedicating all this farm
Hold
to the
that thought.
Meepo.
Tuskar might get solo killed here by Neverend. The stun, the skeletons are chasing after him. It's the walking there. Neverend will actually get that solo kill. I'm not sure what he was doing. Why Innocence over the top lane to get in July included to add to the list, and that's EHOME extending their gold lead.
7k net worth lead, 22 minutes in. It's huge. Some people might just think, oh, it's just 7k. But 23 minutes in, 7k net worth, that's, for some heroes, that's 2 to 3 items ahead. And items, especially in Dota, they have a lot more impact than a lot of people give them credit for. When you, even if it's small things, you know, if you just pick up things like
They
mech,
found the
even Midases.
Meepo.
Oh dear.
They wanted to catch him, but I guess the vortex
grab
range
him.
was just a little bit too far, and his teammates didn't really want to dive right in front of the enemy base.
Radiant's top tower is
Alright,
under
so
attack.
Sylar has picked up the Radiance on the Spirit Bear. He's going to be going for Assault Cuirass next. Is this just that pure split push bear? It seems like it.
He
He's
has
just
to
gone
split
for...
push. He has to split push at this point. I like what he's been doing though. If you noticed, he's intentionally not letting the bear attack the creep wave even though he's in range to give them the illusion that he's not there and they can kind of just ignore the bear a little bit. Alright, so
Yeah,
EHOME,
that's
they
very
are
true.
smoked up. Look at that, 3-man smoke. They want to enter the Radiant jungle. Let's see if
they're
they can
looking
find
for
somebody.
Sylar.
Are they
He
though? They
is
could be looking for the
through.
Meepo.
I'm looking for Meepo. They might find Sylar instead.
Radiant
Oh,
Tasty bear.
pings.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they saw him. Oh, Sylar. Where are the tips, man? We need to give him a tip.
Oh man, they say he's not worth the tips. Ooh, no matter where they are, oh man, Sirius just keep getting caught no matter where they go. They're in jungle, they're getting ganked, they go middle lane, they get ganked, going up top, they're getting ganked. Although they have some free space now after seeing Sylar die down
Radiant's
bottom.
tower is
But
under
your split
attack.
pusher dying. That's a pretty big deal because all of a sudden that lane pressure that you were applying is suddenly just gone. They've got top tower under control now, but look at the other 2 lanes. Middle's gonna start
Radiant's
pushing.
bottom
Bottom
tower
tower
has
is now
fallen.
finally down. There's some skeletons pushing as well. EHOME, if it just keeps going like this, the game is in the bag, without a doubt.
Oops. For some reason my camera was like frozen, sorry.
Radiant's
But,
middle tower is under attack.
Okay, actually I want to point out that Sirius at the moment, you know, you did say that is split push the only option they have. At this point I would have to say yes, because if you notice the top lane has no tier 2s, and EHOME, they have to do what they gotta do, man. I mean, Sirius, ASD, walking in, might be able to find Syncue. I think he's found him. Oh, but immediate blink. Oh, dear, ASD, epicenter combo. Did he just bring his Meepos in for the slaughter? And I think, yep, his one Meepo is very dead. The black hole is gonna be committed. They break the Lincolns on the Enigma. How fat is this guy, Syncue? Syncue very much, says Tuskar with the Warrior's Punch. They get the Breakfire Blast. Down he goes, but here comes 430 into the party. Nice Vortex. Catches Meepo, and Sirius ASD dies. 75 seconds, no Meepo. And they're going to keep on chasing. Burst Strike onto Firefly, and they're going to swipe him out of the sky.
That Lincoln's just came in for the Enigma before the fight happened, so I don't think Sirius was expecting the E-Blade to bounce back. They were expecting to kill the
Radiant's
Enigma
top tower
earlier, but
is
once
under
they saw the
attack.
Lincolns, they were probably thinking, guys, we need more spells, we need more damage, we gotta get rid of this Enigma. They had to overcommit for the Enigma, unfortunately, and we all know what that means. If you're overcommitting for an Enigma, he still has 4 other teammates behind him.
Dire's
And
structures
EHOME,
are fortified.
absolute dominance of this game.
Radiant's middle
I just
tower
don't
is
see
under
how
attack.
serious they're gonna bring this game back. As much as they have all this push from the Meepo.
Oh my god, look at that.
Oh
That
my
jump,
God.
and down goes Sylar for the count. And I don't know what he
This
can
might
do.
just be game.
Alright,
This looks
so
like game,
Age is just
unfortunately.
expired. The creep wave is not yet pushing in. But with all the skeletons, I mean, there's no back to protection, never, and he's just going to work on the tier 3. There's nothing that Sirius can do. There's no Druid, there's no Meepo. Meepo's up in 5, however, so maybe they can try to hold the base. But they need to make something work. They need something to work right now.
I don't think this is going to be anything that works right now. They're just not farmed enough. They don't have the right items to win these team fights. I think up until this point, every team
Rush
fight
strike
has
to
been
the
going
back
the other
end.
way of EHOME.
Zipping all the way in with the Malefist. They actually a nice snowball save, but it's only going to do so much. They delay the inevitable as 2 heroes end up dead. There's no buyback. GG called by Sirius. That was fast. 27 minutes in, 34 to 9, 19,000 gold lead.
Yeah, they couldn't take the beating. They had no solution to this. They had no teamfight dominance. They had no teamfight presence with the only AoE they had in the fights was Winter's Curse. They didn't have anything like an Echo. Their offlaner wasn't one of your standard offlaners that could counter initiate. Their counter initiation was very weak. Their only strength was actually their initiation for these small engagements and the push, but if you can't do either, what can you really do? EHOME just showing us that they're the stronger team and they want to still have a chance of making it to top 4. This victory is very, very important for them. And I believe this is their last game as well. So now it's up to fate as to whether or not EHOME is going to make it through to the playoffs tomorrow.
Alright, so with that being said, how's the math looking at the moment? Like regarding eHome's chances of sort of surviving to make it to the playoffs? Because you still have to look at 2 other teams, right? Which is
Yeah.
Aster and Newbie, which is the next game. I mean, Newbie, after all, you know, these guys, they are a veteran squad. They've been around for a long time.
Newbie are playing IG. That's the problem here for Newbie. So hang on, let's do the math, all right? So eHome, they're going to be sitting at a score of 4-3. That's where they're going to stay. Newbie are playing IG. Now, the chances of Newbie beating IG, it's going to be slim. I think we got to look at this realistically. IG, they've been on point all throughout the round robin stage. Newbie has to win that game. If Aster wants to make it, Aster needs to play against Serenity. They have a pretty good chance of making it too. They might end up tying with eHome. And then we need to look at Royal Never Give Up, who still have matches against CDEC, which is going to be a tough one, and also another match against Team Serenity, which they have a very good chance of actually winning. So I think the most likely scenario, I think, is that eHome will. So eHome is already going to be sitting pretty. Was it Newbie? Newbie has a very tough time getting 4-3. Aster has a chance to make it. Royal Never Give Up. There's a really good chance that they're going to also tie up with eHome and Aster.
So you're saying there's basically a really good chance that we're actually going to see tiebreakers in this case.
Yeah, I say a 3-way tiebreaker. At least 2, I think. I could see eHome and Aster definitely tying it up. Royal Never Give Up could be a bit of an iffy one, depending on how they match up today.
All right, so there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We are potentially going to be going to a 3-way tiebreaker, but that's all super dependent on the next game coming up on this stream here on the Beyond the Summit 2 channel. I'm Hades and this is Danelie. We'll be back for our next game, which will be Invictus Gaming versus Newbie. Don't go anywhere.